What's up, guys? So it's week 7, maybe week 8, maybe week 9, I have no idea. So many weeks of Cosmic Crucible, but I hope we are going to get soon season 1, and today we are facing Commander Stubbs. So we are going to take a look at the matches, how they went, and my preferred teams in order to defeat his defense. So let's get started. Okay, so for our first match we have the Brotherhood together with the Heroes for Hire, Misty Knight, Shang-Chi, Colin Wing, the Blob and Magneto. This is my favorite version, and you can use it on Cosmic Catastrophe, which is the room where we are facing it today, but you can also use it on room 1, 2 and 3, so that's going to be defense reversal. Now usually it's better when Ghost Spider or Scarlet Spider are somewhat in the middle, so you can focus on them with Magneto, apply that early vulnerability. If that's not the case, then it's going to be a little of a problem, but you should still focus on Ghost Spider and Scarlet Spider. Depending on which Shang-Chi applies the vulnerability, you should go after them. Scarlet Spider does a lot of damage with his ultimate, so it's something that you really don't want to ignore. And Ghost Spider, she's always doing those retaliation attacks, so that's a big problem as well. So you want to deal with both of them. So far I have 100% win rate with this team. It works every single time, once again on those specific rooms 1, 2, 3 and 5. On room 6 it doesn't work, and on room 4 it can work, but it's a little bit dangerous and it's something that you should avoid because of the speed up. Okay, so since we were not able to deal with the Ghost Spider early on, we apply stun to her, and now we are going after Scarlet Spider, and you'll see the damage from him is quite insane. He almost destroyed my team, but now Shang-Chi is going to be able to do insane amount of damage with his special, and he's going to heal the Heroes for Hire to full health. We finish off Ghost Spider, and now we finish off Scarlet Spider. So as you can see, this team can deal with the web warriors very easily. Okay, so now we are on room 4. We are on room 4, and we are facing a very strange team, and I was a little bit scared about this team. So they have Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, Yo-Yo, Ghost and Black Bolt. So I was a little bit scared. On this team, having the X Factor is a very good idea, and Hawkeye is the honorary member of the X Factor. He does turn rewind with his abilities, and he also has a very high crit chance, so that's good to activate the X Factor passive, and also make sure that the enemies go slower. We took Silver Surfer to make sure that Dr. Doom has 2 turns of ability block. So you can see Hawkeye turn rewind and also did the crit. Now we are going for the defense down to make sure that we can apply the ability block to Dr. Doom. Here I use the special with long shot. I want to make sure that I don't do too much damage to Dr. Doom, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. So I use the special rather than the ultimate, because you can use the ultimate to flip the regens on Dr. Octopus. So because he went so slow, I just decided to use the special instead and do a lot less damage. Okay, so Silver Surfer with defense down always applies the ability block. Now we are going after the enemies, and you saw right there I was lucky because the long shot got attacked and I was able to survive. So now we flip all those regens just to make sure that we do as much damage as possible. Ultimate with long shot, and you can see the problem right here is Yo-Yo. She's applying offense down to everyone, like she is gear tier 15, yes, she was gear tier 12 and she was still applying defense down, she was still applying offense down to characters with defense up, which is insane. But as you can see, this team works very well, and I really like it. Okay, so now we are on defense reversal, room 3, and they have Hela. It doesn't matter, whenever you see a Hela, use your Symbiotes. And the last time I was very frustrated because my Symbiotes were not doing enough damage, but this time I'm taking Zemo as well, so hopefully Zemo will be able to finish off 1 or 2 Gregs before the Symbiotes go, and that will give them enough turn meter in order to win this fairly easy. So let's see if that's going to be the case or not. The last time I was extremely frustrated. I don't know if Greg was on roids or not, but it was very strange for me that it took so long for him to die. Okay, so first Greg is gone. Now I was thinking about, should I go for the next Greg, make sure or not? And you can see Zemo, he was not able to do enough damage to Greg. So Greg and other summons, some summons they get 70% of the summoner's health, but other summons they only get 30% of the summoner's health. And Greg, as it seems, I don't know if this was changed recently or not, but now he gets 70 or 60 or 70% of Hela's health, which is crazy. Okay, so we got all those dodges. I think that was a mistake. I should have steal the buffs from someone else. That's whenever you flip the ability block, you get dodges. That's not a good idea, and you saw that I took massive amount of damage. Okay, so at this point I really need to get some turn meter with Carnage. I have the speed up, and that's very convenient, but we need to do something more than that. I turn rewind Hela just to make sure that she would not do her ultimate. It can be a little bit problematic. Dr. Voodoo came with his special to do the ability block. We all have immunity, so no problem there. And at this point we have the stun with the Symbiote Spider-Man. This is one of the reasons why Symbiote Spider-Man is so good. It's because of this stun and applying slow for 2 turns for everyone. Okay, so as you can see, I'm having kind of a problem with Dr. Voodoo. Whenever I kill a Greg, he keeps getting these death proofs and so on. So I decided I'm just going to ignore him. Since Hela is with stun, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm just going to refresh all those slows and so on him, and focus on Elsa, because Elsa doesn't have this problem. You can see like the Greg is right next to Elsa, so I was not able to do it. Now I can do it finally. Okay, so let's go start attacking on Elsa. Hela is also off the stun. And you can see as long as Greg is not around, it's not a huge deal. Now we can use the abilities from Anti-Venom to get all those regens. I thought he had some more beneficial buffs because he had so many, but as it seems it was only regens or bleeds, and that's it. So whenever you see Hela, just use the symbiotes. Just make sure that you really focus hard on those Gregs. You have to use the ultimate of Carnage, and if they have more speed than you, just make sure that you use Zemo or another fast character, and you don't let them have the first turn. So as you can see, very easy match on room number 3. Okay, so now you have another traditional match, I guess. We have the Secret Avengers against Astonishing X-Men plus Phoenix plus Colossus. You know what you have to do. You have to take your Kestrel, kill Phoenix as fast as possible, and then you just have to deal with the Beast. Don't ignore Beast, because if the Beast is like 5 red stars or above, 6 red stars, he becomes very scary because he heals just so much. And you should also pay attention to his Isolate. If the Isolate is Skirmisher, it's not a big deal, but if the Isolate is Healer, then it's going to be a big deal and you really need to get rid of him. Okay, so I was not sure if I was going to attack Colossus or Jubilee. I decided to go after Colossus, but not exactly sure if it was the best option, because I'm not able to apply defense down to him. He just has way too much resistance whenever he has the defense up. Okay, so we go as fast as possible, do as much damage as possible, and we try to get rid of Bishop as well. He's a big source of damage, and if you can get rid of him, that would be great. I would prefer to use the special, maybe. The stun is always more convenient on Beast, and here I decided to do the summon, and that was a big mistake, but with the little consequences. Because they have the first death proof, it's not a big deal, but as you can see, it's still something that you should avoid. It could have gone very, very wrong if they decide to focus like on Nick Fury or something like that. So don't do the summon, it's not necessary, and if you do the basic, it's fine as well. She does a nice amount of damage. So if Jubilee is not stunned, you avoid as much as possible to use the special of Mary Hill. If she is stunned, then it's a different story. If she is stunned, Jubilee, you can use the special as much as you want. So easy win. This is very convenient. We use this in war, we use this everywhere, so we already know it works. Okay, now on room 1 he added the Symbiotes, and thank you, that's usually a free win. And I decided to take the Black Order. If you are very unlucky, you can lose with the Black Order against Symbiotes. If you are very unlucky, if the Symbiotes are like super big, there is a chance that you might lose. This is in case if they focus like really hard on your Proxima Midnight or on your Corvus Glaive and they get the speed up and the turn meter very early on. It's a possibility, but if your Black Order is across the board like Gear Tier 15 and the Symbiotes are also Gear Tier 15, it should be fine. Also knowing when to use the special of Thanos is important. And I like to go after Carnage, so they don't get additional turn meter. And you can also go after Scream, so they don't get the speed up. Those are the two choices that you have. Just make sure that you kill Anti-Venom before he has his second turn. Otherwise, he can revive Carnage, and you really don't want that because then they will have the speed up, and Symbiote Spider-Man is also going to use his stun. So that's something that you want to avoid as much as possible. So here in this situation, you can see he's low enough, he's going to get those evades, and you want to make sure that you can remove those evades. So it's going to be fine if your Ebony Maw can do his ultimate. So here I do the stun on Symbiote Spider-Man. I don't want him to do anything funny to me. And because of the positioning on Ebony Maw, Scream is also not able to do the turn rewind to Ebony Maw. If you let your Ebony Maw to get turn rewinded, that's another reason where you can lose as well. So yeah, Anti-Venom should die with the bleeds, especially if he doesn't have healer Isolate. So he's gone now. Now we go after Venom because he has that big health. And now we are going to do the snap. And it's over. Very nice way to finish the match. Okay, and for the last match we have my Weapon X 1 million versus the Dormammu New Warriors team plus Silver Surfer. This team can be quite annoying, and especially on room 6 where there is no turn manipulation. You cannot use the benefits from Lady Deathstrike and also from Omega Red. Omega Red ultimate can also turn rewind the enemies. So it's a little bit inconvenient. The cloak has the same speed as Omega Red, so it's going to be a coin flip to decide who wins. So this might be a situation where you want to use your Emma Frost on offense rather than Sabretooth. Sabretooth is nice, don't get me wrong, I like to use him. I think he's a fine character, but in a situation like this, Emma Frost reducing the speed of the enemies works on room 6, so you kind of want to take advantage of that. Okay, so I do the swipe on Dagger. Of course, it's not because it's going to turn rewind them or anything like that, but because we are going to apply bleeds to everyone, maybe focusing on Cloak would be better. But it's one of those situations that I don't know how much difference it makes. They would heal anyway, so yeah. One good thing is that we have the assists, so with the Dormhold you don't get any assists, but with Dormammu and New Warriors we still get assists. Okay, so we were able to apply ability block to Cloak, and unfortunately my Black Bolt, he killed a Dagger, but that's the only kill he's going to get for sure. Because that's how it is. It's very luck based, and unfortunately we are not able to do anything about it. So okay, Cloak goes as well. You can see all these negative effects. Now we have the Silver Surfer doing defense down to Black Bolt. Once again, that's not something you want. And Deadpool, I'm not able to get rid of her. She just has way too much HP. I try to flip the immunity on Dormammu to see if I'm able to ability block him. Unfortunately, not. That offense down that I have, it's just too painful. And now it's going to be one of the best matches I have ever seen. So Lady Deathstrike ultimate, clearing up all the negative effects on Omega Red. And now we are going to use all the abilities from Omega Red, try to heal him up. I try to keep Lady Deathstrike alive, but unfortunately Silver Surfer doesn't want to deal with her. And now you can see Omega Red is a beast. He is the only character that deserves the 7 red stars, gold promotion credits. It's not the only one, but he is definitely one of the best characters. And he's against Dormammu and Silver Surfer at the same time. Silver Surfer already with all his turns, and Omega Red is still going. He's still alive. As long as you don't get heal block on him, and even with heal block, he's still fine. And yeah, so no more vulnerability. So now I can only do one attack with the basic, which is kind of inconvenient. And you have to remember the abilities that do health steal is the ultimate and the basic. So yeah, I try once again to apply ability block to them. Keeps getting resisted, very annoying. The ability block, the ultimate also applies slow. This is what I was trying to do to Silver Surfer. Unfortunately, not the case. And here, finally done with Dormammu. I was trying to see if he was going to be able to finish up Silver Surfer. I think he would if I had just a little bit more HP, but unfortunately used my own heal block against me. So yeah, that was the first match. Now let's take a look at just what I have to do to deal with the Silver Surfer. Okay, so let's have our revenge against the Silver Surfer. We are going to take everything. Dormammu. We are going to take Dr. Doom. Don't remember that Dr. Doom does not work on room 6. I'm just taking it for the lols. He is the last man standing. And we are going to use literally everything against him. This is the revenge. And yeah, so that was a good match. We were able to defeat every single room. It's not always the case, especially at the rating where I am right now. 1800 plus. And yeah, that was the first match. Stay tuned for the next match where we'll be using different characters to defeat these enemies. So yeah, those were my attacks against Commander Stubbs in this journey to Masters League. I think it's going to be impossible to reach Masters League, and we can talk about this in another video. So I hope you guys found this video helpful or entertaining. If you did, like always, make sure you smash that like button and share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and Cosmic Crucible, and I'll catch you guys later.